Grail, welcome back to a wet South Africa, and this is South African Prepper. So, 10 prepper tips. So, being a prepper does take hard work. It does take sacrifice in the form of time and money. It does take discipline, and it definitely does take hard work. So, being a prepper is not for everybody, but making sure that you create something for your family for the future should anarchy or shit hits the fan happens in your country or in your area is definitely an investment of time and money. So 10 prepper tips plus a bonus item that we're going to be putting on to this list. So at this stage you can pause the video, grab a pen and paper. If you are a old prepper, you can compare notes. If you are a new prepper, this list will help you quite a lot. So let's jump into this list. 10 prepper tips for every type of prepper. So number one is invest in some kind of a water filtration system. So there are various means of cleaning water. Either you can physically buy the filters and have a physical system, or you can buy the tablets, or you can have portable water filtration. But water in the world is becoming a big issue, and you should have some kind of a way to clean water. Now, don't go on the mythology that your groundwater will always be clean, because one day you might wake up and your groundwater might be polluted. So make sure that you do have some kind of a water filtration system, because you cannot live without water for too long. Number two is learn how to garden. Okay, we're not going to go into that because I do talk about gardening on this channel quite a lot. Number three is get involved in your community. Okay, get involved in your community. So that includes in South African neighborhood watches. That includes being part of a prepping community. That includes being part of maybe a farm watch like we are. So make sure that you are involved somehow within a community, because in numbers there are safety. Number four, store food and water. Okay, we're not going to go into that too much on this video because we have done quite a few videos about this. If you want to know more about food prepping, we'll leave a link in the description. Number five is have a plan. Okay, you need to have some kind of a plan. Now, we've got different types of preppers. Different preppers have different strategies. Okay, we've got preppers that want to bug in, that will stand their ground. And then we've got preppers that will bug out, or preppers that will relocate to a less populated area. So all of these preppers have got something in common, and that is that they actually have a plan. So having a plan actually falls in line with being involved with a community. So make sure that you actually have a plan. Number six is don't store all your emergency preps in one place. So try and not store everything in one place. So if you have a large property, maybe try and spread out your stuff a little bit, because if they're going to get into your garage or into your house and they're going to start looting and stealing, they might just take all of your emergency supplies. So don't store all of your supplies in one place. Number seven, which is very important. Number seven is try out your things first. Try it out first. Okay, it's no use buying stuff and storing stuff away, but you actually don't use it. You need to test it. You need to learn how to actually use it, because otherwise the day is going to come where you're going to need to use some of these items or gadgets, and you're not going to be able to use it because you've never used it before. So try it out first. Number 8 on the list is teach your family. Okay, now this can be a discussion for another video, but having anarchy or shit hits the fan skills are extremely important. So being able to, for an example, do sewing and stitching, being able to work on leather, being able to do carpentry work, being able to go the plant medicinal route. You have to be able to teach your family some skills before anarchy and shit hits the fan. So basic skills. So we are fortunate because we do know how to plant, we do know how to garden, and we do know how to raise livestock. So for us, that is our skills that we have, that we will be teaching our children. So our children get to learn about seeds and planting and animal raising and parentry, and how to make sure that animals actually will produce food for you. So have a skill, teach your family stuff, because it will be invaluable. Remember, when the grid goes down, when anarchy happens, when shit hits the fan, the power will be off. There will be no Google. Okay, there will be no South African Prepper on YouTube. You will need to be able to have certain skills to survive. I'm thinking of bushcraft skills. Stuff like how to camouflage yourself, how to make a fire, how to survive in the bush. For a lot of city folks, it might be how to hunt and how to process meat. Those are all skills that you can teach your family now while we are still living in a relatively normal situation in South Africa. So item number 9, don't skip out on entertainment. Okay, so it's always funny because in South Africa we've got a lot of blackouts, and we as a family tend to play a lot of cards and a lot of board games when the power goes off, especially at night. We tend to not switch on the generators and the spare batteries, because it allows us some time to spend time together. And playing cards for your math skills is extremely good. So buy and store away entertainment, card games, board games, books. We do store a lot of books about fixing things, old books about producing things, old books about planting things. Because like I said before, when anarchy strikes, the power will be off. You will not have access to Mr. Google anymore. And then item number 10 is very important, and I always see this within the preparedness community. It's one thing to have all of the water and the food stored up. It's one thing to have ammunition stored up, but it's another thing of being fit. Can you walk for 2 or 3 hours? Can you walk yourself and your family out of trouble? Can you work your way out of trouble? You must remember, when anarchy and disaster strikes, it has a physical and mental toll on your body. And if your body is fit, if you can do the work, if you can walk the walk, okay, the anarchy or the shit hits the fan or the disaster situation will be so much easier for you to work out in your head rationally, see what's going on. Because a person that is running away or walking away from trouble, that is out of breath, that is tired, cannot clearly think about the situation. So being fit is extremely important when it comes to preparedness. You can have all of the ammo in the world, okay? If you are unfit, you are not going to make it. You can have all of the gear in the world. If you are not fit in some kind of a way, you are not going to make it, okay? Even if you have a bug out plan that includes a vehicle, you still need to be able to pack and unpack your vehicle, okay? It does take some kind of a fitness. If you're going to be living out in the bush, okay, during anarchy, you're going to work harder than you normally work, because now you're going to have to prepare water maybe and prepare food maybe. everything that you're going to be doing during anarchy and shtf and a disaster situation is going to take more effort. It's going to take more time because you do not have the luxury and the convenience of your normal home. So you're going to need that extra fitness. Okay, and then our bonus item is number 11, and that is additional ways of communication. So in South Africa, we use two-way radios, legal two-way radios. So you will need to find a way of communicating. Remember, we said you need to be part of a community, okay, and you need to teach yourself. So communication is very important. If the power goes off, the cell phones will go off, Mr. Google will go off, Mr. YouTube will go off. You need to be able to communicate with your community and with your direct family in case of an emergency. And again, it comes back to number 5, is having a plan. And it comes back to number 7, try it out first. It's no use buying a radio and you've got no idea how to use it. And that's a common problem. People go buy stuff and they've got absolutely no idea of how to use these items or these gears or these communication systems properly. So I hope you enjoyed this list. Please like, share and subscribe, and God bless.